Of the 270 MLB players enshrined in the Hall of Fame, there are only 7 members that played most of their career as a relief pitcher: Mariano Rivera, Trevor Hoffman, Hoyt Wilhelm, Goose Gossage, Raleigh Fingers, Lee Smith, and Bruce Sutter. Where's Billy Wagner? He currently has the 6th most career saves, and he was named to the All-Star team 7 times. He had 2 top 6 Cy Young finishes, and there was even 2 years where he received MVP votes as a closer. But we'll get back to the Hall of Fame situation later. Let's get started. Welcome back to the top of the 4th, and if this is your first time visiting, welcome. Billy Wagner was born in Marion, Virginia in 1971 into less than ordinary circumstances. His father, William Wagner, who was an all-country pitcher, married 16-year-old Yvonne Hall. Billy was born 13 months after his parents got married. A few weeks after the wedding, Billy's father left for Saigon to serve in the Vietnam War for 9 months. Unfortunately, when he returned, the marriage failed and divorce occurred. Billy and his younger sister, Chastity, spent the next few years bouncing between their divorced parents and grandparents. Wagner remembers their family relying on food stamps and stated that a typical breakfast would be, quote, a few crackers with peanut butter and a glass of water, unquote. At 7 years old, Wagner's right arm was broken while playing football. Shortly after having the cast removed, he broke the arm again. During this time, Wagner, a natural right-hander, began throwing a baseball left-handed. At 14 years old, Wagner moved in with his aunt, uncle, and cousins, who lived in Tazewell, Virginia. Wagner had fallen behind a year in school due to his home life situation. Wagner was socially promoted to Tazewell High School because administrators feared he threw hard enough to injure his middle school classmates. Wagner was the ultimate underdog and was small in stature at only 5'5" and 135 pounds in high school. Defying the odds, Wagner excelled at center field and pitcher. In 1990, as a senior in high school, he hit .451, stole 23 bases, and struck out 116 in 46 innings with a 1.52 ERA. Despite his dominance, he was overlooked by Division I scouts due to his size, so he decided to enroll in Ferrum College, a Division III school. Wagner's goal was to play football until the coach saw him throw a baseball. While at Ferrum, his stature grew to 5'9", he gained 40 pounds, and his fastball gained velocity to 93 miles per hour. As a sophomore in 1992, he allowed 9 hits in 51 innings and set an NCAA record with 19.1 strikeouts per 9. In the 1993 MLB Amateur Draft, he was selected by the Houston Astros with the 12th pick. Wagner began his professional career as a starter, and in 1995, he had a 2.89 ERA in AA and AAA leagues, with 9.7 strikeouts per 9 in 146 innings. On September 13, 1995, Wagner made his MLB debut. Although Wagner aspired to be a starting pitcher, Astros management decided to make him a closer when Todd Jones became injured during the 1996 season. He made 9 saves in 13 chances with a 2.44 ERA and 11.7 strikeouts per 9 in 51 2/3 innings. In 1997, Wagner played his first full season in the MLB. He had 23 saves in 29 opportunities. He had 106 strikeouts in 66 1/3 innings, and he set a new MLB record of 14.4 strikeouts per 9. In 1999, his strikeout per 9 inning ratio increased to 14.9 with a 1.57 ERA and 39 saves in 74 2/3 innings, and he finished 4th place in the Cy Young Award voting. That same year, Wagner had signed a 3-year, $10.1 million extension. The 2000 MLB season was a struggle for Wagner. He was experiencing issues with his control, which was due to arm pain, and he ended up having season-ending surgery to repair a torn flexor tendon and remove scar tissue. In 2001, Wagner bounced back and made his second All-Star team, while earning 39 saves and having 11.3 strikeouts per 9. In 2003, he was named to his 3rd All-Star team and accomplished career highs with 86 innings pitched and 44 saves. He had a 1.78 ERA with 11 strikeouts per 9 innings. That same season, Wagner was part of a combined no-hitter of 6 pitchers against the Yankees, the first time New York had been no-hit since 1958. At the end of the 2003 season, Wagner criticized the Astros front office for not building a playoff-worthy team. and on November 3rd, Billy Wagner was informed that he had been traded to the Philadelphia Phillies. In the 2005 season with the Phillies, he had the best ERA of his career at 1.51, with 38 saves and 10.1 strikeouts per 9 innings. Wagner became a free agent after the 2005 season and signed a 4-year, $43 million contract with the New York Mets. Wagner finished 2006 with 40 saves and a 2.24 ERA and recorded his 300th career save. In the early 2007 season, he had 17 saves in 18 attempts, and his ERA was 1.94. July was his best month when he had 8 saves in 8 attempts and did not allow a run scored. During that month, Wagner's ERA was 0. He gave up only 2 hits. In September of 2008, the Mets announced that Wagner had torn his UCL, which required Tommy John surgery and caused him to miss most of the 2009 season. On December 2, 2009, Wagner and the Atlanta Braves agreed on a 1-year contract worth $7 million. On April 30, 2010, Wagner announced that he would retire at the end of the season. While with the Braves, Wagner joined a rare club when this happened.
1 strike from 400 saves. There it is!
On June 25, 2010, Wagner became just the 5th player in MLB history to reach 400 career saves. He played his final regular season game on October 3, 2010. So let's circle back to Wagner not getting into the Hall of Fame yet. Wagner was named as a candidate for the first time in 2016, where he received only 10.5% of the vote. The threshold to get inducted is to receive at least 75% of the vote, and a player must receive at least 5% to remain on the ballot for the next year. The next 4 years on the ballot saw some increase, with 10.2% in 2017, 11.1% in 2018, 16.7% in 2019, and 31.7% in 2020. After the 2020 year, the next 3 years saw a significant increase, with 46.4% in 2021, 51% in 2022, and 68.1% in 2023. As of the date of this video, he has 3 remaining years of eligibility, since a player may appear on the ballot a maximum of 10 times. With the history of Wagner's voting percentage, it seems to be trending toward the required 75%, but it's not guaranteed. In my opinion, he should already be in, and it would be a travesty if he's never inducted. Let's remember, he was a dominant closer during the steroid era, where not only the ball was juiced, but some of the players were juiced. He finished his career with 422 saves in 491 save opportunities. He stayed consistent through most of his career. Year after year, he never had an ERA above 2.85. And even in his last year with the Atlanta Braves, he had 37 saves with a 1.43 ERA, 104 strikeouts in 69 innings, and a 13.4 strikeouts per 9 innings. So let's look at some numbers. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there are only 7 members of the Hall of Fame that played most of their career as a relief pitcher. Mariano Rivera, Trevor Hoffman, Hoyt Wilhelm, Goose Gossage, Raleigh Fingers, Lee Smith, and Bruce Sutter. Of the players on this list, Wagner ranks 2nd in career ERA with 2.31 behind Mariano Rivera, and he ranks 3rd in save percentage at 85.9% behind Mariano Rivera and Trevor Hoffman. Wagner ranks 1st in strikeout percentage with 33.2% and 1st in strikeouts per 9 with 11.9. He also finished his career with more strikeouts than Rivera and Hoffman and put up these types of numbers with less attempts, meaning that Wagner faced less batters in his career than any of the pitchers on this list. He faced 1,503 fewer batters than Mariano Rivera and 788 fewer batters than Trevor Hoffman, and still finished with more career strikeouts than both of them. What does this mean? Wagner was a strikeout machine. I understand that Rivera was a ground ball pitcher, but Wagner struck out more while having significantly fewer opportunities. I'd be surprised and confused if Billy Wagner isn't inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2024. His career stats speak for themselves and are easily comparable, if not better, to the current relief pitchers that are in the Hall of Fame today. If you've made it this far in the video, thanks. And if you like these types of vids, like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Thanks again, and stay tuned.